Hey, this is Matt and welcome back to the channel, everybody. In this video, I'm going to be talking about Bradley Cooper, who is an actor and singer who decided to get his hair back. Was it a hair transplant? How did he reverse his hair loss? Well, obviously it was a hair transplant, and that's why I decided to do a video on him. Was it FUE or FUT hair transplant? How many grafts did he get? When did he get his hair transplant done? And all these details around that. So make sure you stay tuned until the end of this video and enjoy watching.
This video is brought to you by GoFiber Hair Building Fibers. Pick up your free sample and get instant hair confidence. Start your transformation today.
Hey, welcome back everybody, Matt here once again. You're watching my hair loss and hair transplant related channel where it's all about stopping our hair loss, getting our hair back and hair transplant. If you are new to my channel, guys, you can also not really apply, just enter my Facebook group for free. It's called Hair Transplant Experiences with over 1,400 guys already in the group. You can get a ton of value from it for free, exchange experience with other guys in the group. You can check out my website where you can also get some solid information on how to get your hair transplant the proper way. You can either get my free ebook, you can either get one of my paid books. With that being said, guys, let's talk about Bradley Cooper. He got a hair transplant, but before I'm gonna share with you all the details around that, I just wanna show you how it all started. Well, this guy started losing his hair in his early 30s, and based on the photos that we see here, it seems like this guy haven't been using any treatments up to this point. Obviously, he is on a hair transplant treatment right now as of 2021. I'm going to talk about that later. On some photos, it seems like a transition from Norwood 2 to a Norwood 3 already. Okay, it's not just receding corners, but it still starts grabbing up more and more of his frontal forelock. Also, as you can see in this video, for example, he has wet hair. This is a movie from 2007, and you see how his frontal forelock is quite strong, but we obviously see the recession on the corners. And on some photos here with his ex-wife, we can also see how obvious the recession there is on the corner, but the front is quite strong. But then we also check out some other photos like this, and we see that also even the front seems like diffusely thinning. When is the point where Bradley Cooper said like, okay, I'm gonna get a transplant, I wanna have a new hairline? So in my opinion, guys, it seems to be the very beginning of 2008 or even late 2007. Why I think so? There is a movie, Yes Man, from 2008. It had a premiere by the end of 2008 in December. Now, during this premiere, Bradley Cooper already had like a really good hair, as we know him from like Hangover movies and so on. So during this premiere in December 2008, he already has good hair. And during the movie Yes Man itself, it seems like he's still receding, okay? This picture here, where it's obvious that he's like purposefully trying to camouflage the corners here, you know, with that long hair. If this hair wouldn't be here, guys, we would see the obvious recession on his corners. After he was finished with filming the movie Yes Man, which was released or premiered in 2008, after that, he got his hair transplant because in the movie Hangover, which was released in 2009, we already see him with this hair, guys, here. That's the Bradley Cooper hair as I know it, you know, as we know it probably, and this is his probably most favorite type of hairstyle that we have seen him having from like 2010 to 2020. Was it FUE or FUT hair transplant? If we take a look at his donor area, at his sides, I don't see there any signs of like FUE, maybe some thinned out areas. That kind of makes me think that it was likely FUT, because it's very easy to camouflage the scar from the FUT if your hair is like 2-3 centimeters long, and it's very thick. If we take a look at the left, right side and back of his donor, everything seems to be really thick. So that kind of makes me think it was actually FUT, but I might be also wrong. at the end of the day, I don't think he got a lot of grafts like transplanted. I think it was like a smaller to mid-sized hair transplant session. I think it was something around 1,500 to 2,000 grafts. The main focus obviously were both corners, the left and right corners, as you can see here, and potentially they even added some hair into his forelock, but especially when his hair is very short, we can see slight hair loss, or maybe some sparse hairs, especially in the frontal forelock. And that kind of makes me think that he actually didn't have any hair implanted in that area initially during his first hair transplant, but only on the corners here. If we assume that just the corners have been like transplanted, it was definitely not more than 2,000 grafts. FUE or FUT, not 100% sure, but in my opinion, it's more likely to be FUT. Obviously, great candidate for multiple hair transplants in the future in case he needs that. Now, that's another question. Is he on medication or not? Will he need many more hair transplants in the future or not? Well, in my opinion, he's obviously on medication. I don't know when he started. I don't think it was like already in 2005 or 6 or 7, because otherwise he wouldn't have reached that Norwood 2, almost Norwood 3 hair loss stage that quickly. So in my opinion, once he was like Norwood 2 to 3 transition around the 2006, 2008, there was the time that he decided to get on medication, be it finasteride or dutasteride. We know that Ashton Kutcher had been on dutasteride since like mid 2000s, so I don't see any reason why this guy wouldn't be also on dutasteride. I mean, it depends on what type of physician he visited. Some doctors like to, prescribe dutasteride, while other doctors finasteride. At the end of the day, both work, but I think most of the physicians will prescribe finasteride since it's FDA-approved treatment for male pattern baldness. But here it seems like this will be the next area he will be focusing on. I think that his mid-scalp and the crown area are strong, and as long as he's on medication like finasteride, he's not gonna experience a lot of thinning there. So he will probably just need small touch-ups on his hairline, maybe the frontal forelock and so on. When his hair is like, much longer, like in the Hangover movie, for example, or Limitless, it's very natural looking. You can barely say that this guy was ever like thinning or he had a hair transplant and so on. Did Bradley Cooper get another hair transplant after his first hair transplant in 2008? Very likely. Well, it's hard to tell again. I think if he had done, then it was just a little touch up on the hairline, maybe just a little small details, some small improvements in the naturalness maybe, but as far as the hairline shape itself, if we compare the first Hangover movie 2009, and this is a photo from 2020 I guess, and I think he had this Norwood 1.5 pattern for over 10 years, ever since his first Hangover movie. So I think the shape of his actual hairline didn't change that much since his first hair transplant, although on some photos it can actually look like he got his hairline lowered even further, but I don't think so, because if we take a look at him in like videos, and videos are usually better than photos to assess how his hairline actually looks, I would say that he did not have any major hair transplant since 2008, and he only got maybe small corrections over the last 10 years on his hairline. Maybe he already added density in the frontal forelock, who knows, but once we see him again with a very short buzz cut, we'll probably be able to tell better. That was everything I had to say on topic of Bradley Cooper's hair transformation. It was a hair transplant, maybe even 2 hair transplants, one major one and one little one. He is taking medication, be it finasteride or dutasteride. He's been on it, in my opinion, for at least the last 10 years. Otherwise, his hair wouldn't be able to look that thick, especially in the movies when the hair is like buzzed short. It just looks very thick to me. And also his donor area looks very good. So in case he needs another hair transplant, he's a great candidate right now. He's like what, 45, 46. He he can have fun as much as he wants with hair transplants in the future. So as long as he's on medication, I think his options are really good, and he can go either way, FUE or FUT. And again, as long as he's on medication, I don't even think he will need a major hair transplant anytime soon. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Make sure you check out our Facebook group. Check out mattdominance.com, where you can get a free ebook, 5 things I wished I had known before my hair transplant, which can help you out with your hair transplant research the right way. Explains you what are the things to focus on during your hair transplant research. Helps you avoid many mistakes I have done throughout my hair transplant research and when I was researching hair transplants in Turkey 4 years ago. So you can learn from that. You can check out my hair transplant guides as well, in a bundle or single guides on like how to research properly, how to find out the best clinic in Turkey, hair transplant FAQs, and top 50 doctors collection, hair transplant doctor collection. These are all the ebooks that you can get, or even sign up for a one-on-one call with me where I can assist you throughout your hair transplant research personally. So that was it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm gonna see you in another video. Take care.